CBS presents this program in color.
Now, get ready for a really big show. Ed Sullivan's 50th anniversary.
Thank you very, very much. Tonight we got a real big show.
Ed Sullivan. Me, Harry McAfee, appearing with Ed Sullivan. Ed Sullivan. Ed Sullivan.
Welcome to a really big show. Ed Sullivan's 50th anniversary special. Hosted by the Smothers Brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Smothers Brothers.
Good evening. It's hard to believe, but it's been 50 years since Ed Sullivan made his debut on CBS.
When his variety show first went on the air in 1948, it was called Toast of the Town. Ed was chosen as a host despite the fact that he couldn't sing a note, dance a step, or tell a joke. And you never knew what Ed was going to say or do.
In fact, it was the first time we met Ed Sullivan. He thanked us very much for having done his show, and we hadn't been on it yet.
But later on, when we made our debut, we thanked Ed for having us back.
Here's a portion of that appearance.
You are Mom.
Mom always liked you best. My mom always liked my brother best, and she never liked me.
You always say Mom liked me best.
Well, Mom always liked you best, and she never liked me.
I don't like it every time you get mad. You have to say that.
Well, my mom liked my brother best,
Of course she liked me best.
I never knew this, Sheila.
Many years later, I actually found out that our mother liked our sister best.
I didn't know she liked.
In 1955, the show changed its name to The Ed Sullivan Show.
CBS knew Ed was one of their brightest stars, and he was already a Sunday night tradition.
On The Ed Sullivan Show, you know, you never knew what was coming up next. If you didn't like the juggler, you might like the rock act, or the dog act, or the classical act. It was like having a giant remote control.
Ed was really great at creating this wonderful mix, something for every member of the family.
I don't know what is all about, but I feel I'll soon find out. I'm sure I never felt so secure. It's nothing like I ever thought it would be. Someone open up a door for me. Girl like you, I'm in love with. Girl like you. Must be you that cause this feeling in me. You that fill me confidently. You that brings out the best in me. Nobody but you. I'm in love with you.
Corporate profits,
Fiscal dates,
mutual funds,
interest rates,
business. Industrials up,
inflation wanes,
most active stock,
capital gains,
year-end tax selling option range,
Love.
potential capital investment,
Beauty.
index ratio declined,
Joy.
Brotherhood?
option market possibility,
Hope.
financial potential opportunity,
Peace,
8.1 over-the-counter utility.
happiness, and your inner tranquility.
We're going to sign a declaration now. I guess everyone's here. Who's missing? Ben? Ben who? Ben Franklin? Anyone seen of Ben Franklin? Ben Franklin.
Has seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is tramping. Will you stop singing them religious fanatic songs? When Johnny come marching home again. Has seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. You ain't got to sing no more. We free. Just pick the cotton.
Listen, Paganini, please play my rhapsody. And if you cannot play it, won't you sing it? If the boys are popping, ain't no need in stopping. Listen, Paganini, we breathlessly wait your masterful baton. Come on and spring it. If the boys are popping, ain't no need in stopping. Boop it, boop it, boop it. I'll wear your repertoire and the final bar. We greeted you with round applause. What a great ovation, your interpretation. Swing it.
Now let's hear it for the great
Ed began his career emceeing New York's premier dance contests. Legend has it that Ed was spotted by a CBS executive looking for a host for a new variety show. In June of 1948, Toast of the Town went on the air. The debut show featured the legendary team of Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein, and a pair of young comedians.
A team called Martin and Lewis. They were headlined at the Copacabana. And Jerry Lewis says, yeah, we'll do 28 minutes. We don't worry. You call us, we'll be there. Tell Edward, and we take bows. So I said, okay, Jerry, you got a deal. He says, what do we get paid for this? So I said, you get $25. He said, is that for one or for two? I said, for two.
Person to Person, with your host, Edward R. Murrow.
Ed Sullivan is a newspaper man with an insatiable curiosity about people. All kinds of people. For something like 24 years, he has been writing a syndicated column, and more recently, producing a television program of very considerable merit. Why did you decide to go into television?
Well, actually, there were two reasons, Ed. I think probably stage struck might be a characterization of it, because from the time I was a kid, I always went and saw all the vaudeville shows. I saw every act that ever came into the Palace, up in Portchester at our Palace Theater up there. And I think that every newspaper man actually always wants to find himself a separate source of income, whether it's magazine writing or anything of that sort. Mm-hmm. And so when television came along, I went into it to have a little more security.
Did you ever get the urge to go back and work on a small-town newspaper?
Well, I've heard a lot of newspapermen say they have that urge, but I've met very few out of the thousands I've known who wanted to do it, and I don't think I'd want to do it. I'm perfectly content to be in the big leagues in the art.
Ed was always worried about keeping his show on the air.
Yeah, just like we were.
Yeah, but he didn't have to worry, did he?
No.
Because Ed's shows lasted 23 years.
You know, people don't think of Ed Sullivan as being a rock and roller. He just didn't have the moves. You know.
Ed actually introduced rock and roll to the American public.
The birth of rock and roll was made official when a guy with a spit curl recorded a song that ended up selling 100 million copies.
And here's that guy many people credit with getting rock to roll, Bill Haley in the comments.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on. Join me, hon. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. Gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 2, 3, and 4, if the band goes down, we'll yell for more. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. Gonna rock around the clock tonight. We'll be right in 7th heaven. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. Gonna rock around the clock tonight.
Fats Domino's New Orleans style of rock also took the world by storm.
Found my thrill.
In 1956, when Elvis made his Sullivan debut, 72 million Americans tuned in. To that date, it was the largest audience in TV history.
Ready to rock and roll, not a hop step, not a dungaree dodge. I headed to the gym, to the sock hop ball. Jumping, the cats are going wild. The music really send my day. Ready to rock and roll. Not a dungaree dog. I didn't want to give him to the sock hop ball. The dogs really jumping, the cats are going wild. The music really in my daily pretty song. Ready to rock and roll.
Next on Ed Sullivan's 50th, George Carlin, Flip Wilson, and rock legend Janis Joplin.
Before you make another move, before you take another step, think about this. Feeling fresh isn't enough. With fresh deodorant Caress, you'll feel your softest too. It has a deodorant and a clean rinsing moisturizer, so you get all the deodorant protection you want, plus softer skin. Deodorant freshness, plus Caress softness. It's a feeling like never before. Before you dress, Caress.
Want to know a juicy secret? Lowry's Marinades. Herbs, spices, and a splash of fruit juice. Ready to grill in just 30 minutes. Lowry's Marinades. The fruit juice makes the difference, and the difference is delicious.
Take a good look. Have you seen any of these outfits before?
Hey, I saw them at the mall. And in department stores, too.
What about these swimsuits?
I definitely saw them at the mall. And in the department store ads.
I got news for you. The great outfits you identified here are from Burlington Coat Factory for about half of what you pay in department stores.
Gee, what a steal! Sorry, officer.
Burlington Coat Factory, we're more than great coats.
Its beauty will draw you in. Its new engine will pump the bowels of your heart. And the line that separates man from machine will disappear. Completely. Introducing a new kind of LS400. You've never felt so connected to a car.
No more excuses. Zyban is here. Prescription medicine, only available from your doctor. Ask your doctor about Zyban or call 1-888-650-PILL to find out more. Zyban. Now you have another choice.
Upstairs, the management guru is talking about vision and thinking outside the box. Except you're the shipping manager. It's your job to think about the box. So you turn to UPS, because now only UPS guarantees the day of delivery for every ground package you ship to any business address coast to coast. Suddenly options open, paradigm shift. And it's time for a seminar of your own. Introducing Guaranteed Ground, only from UPS.
Countdown to CBS the first 50 years. 5, 4, 3. You've waited 50 years. What's a few more days?
And away we go!
CBS the first 50 years, Wednesday.
In the 60s, The Sullivan Show was home to lots of great comedy.
The amusing George Carlin. George?
A cooking show. No daytime rundown would be complete without a cooking show.
Hi there, folks. Welcome to the cooking show. A lot of you folks have been writing in asking us, how do you cook them grits? Here's a letter that says, how do you cook them grits? We're going to show you today how you cook them grits. Well, you kind of get them grits down in a shallow saucepan. You get you about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of water just above them grits, just above that line a little bit. You get that thing boiling good. You get a good rolling boil going. Get a good high rolling boil and get that thing boiling good. You get that steam coming off and you drain them a little bit and drain them a little bit and get a little bit of water off and drain them. You get a fat little moist little round little patty. 2 little fat little moist little round little patties. Put them in the skillet, get them brown on one side and get them brown on the other side and then throw them away. They're no good, folks. You can't eat them.
I'll tell you, when it comes to girls, I don't think like other guys. I mean, a lot of guys, they want to go out with a girl who's fast, a girl who's been around. Not me. I want to go out with a good girl, a girl who's never played around. I figure she's due. I'll tell you, girls, you know, they always gave me a hard time. There was one girl I took out. As soon as I met her, I liked her, you know. I said to her, I says, you believe in love at first sight? And she looked at me. She said, not from this first sight. That's the trouble. People worry too much about looks. But looks not that important. It's underneath what counts. Soul, depth. That's what's important, not looks. I mean, how many times you take a walk in the street, you see a tall, handsome man walking arm in arm with a short, fat, ugly girl. I never saw that. Did you ever see that?
While backstage, when I was thinking about what I would do once I'd gotten here, I had decided no racial material. No particular reason. I just decided no racial material. Then, after I thought about it further, I said, why not? Why not? Why should I be hesitant about expressing my opinion? Why shouldn't I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, we got to do something about the Indians? See, the Indians aren't ready yet. Now, lots of times when I say that, people feel it's a harsh statement. But how harsh it is depends on how we look at it. Let's ask ourselves a question like, do you want to build a $50,000 home and have some guy put a wigwam next door? Now, I'm not against Indians. I don't want anyone to leave here feeling that I'm against Indians. There have been Indians that I've admired. Guys I've looked up to. Fellows who, in my opinion, didn't let the fact that they were an Indian hold them back. These guys were aggressive. They went out, exerted that aggressiveness, and made a name for themselves. Guys like Tonto, Little Beaver, those guys. I tried to help an Indian once. He didn't appreciate it. He made a smart remark about colored people, and I got mad. I got mad because I like colored people. Color lady raised me.
Around the same time, comedy was going through a major creative revolution. So was music.
Rock and roll was experiencing a rebirth, led by artists like the Beatles, Bob Dylan, and the Rolling Stones, and their impact was felt worldwide.
Not only by fans, but by other musicians. Here are a few artists who topped the charts in the mid-'60s with their new sounds and styles.
Wait till you get a load of these outfits.
They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow.
got you, babe. I got you, babe. They say our love won't pay the rent. For it's earned, our money's all been spent. I guess that's so, we don't have a pie, but at least I'm sure of all the things we got. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
You were doing Sullivan. It was the show you had been watching since you were a kid. You were at least initially intimidated, and you were certainly a little bit in awe. Sullivan had tremendous authority.
Here the Byrds perform their second #1 smash.
There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of hope, a time of peace, a time of healing and grace, a time to be praying, crying, embracing.
Here's the incomparable Janis Joplin just a couple of years before we lost her.
If I could pray and I tried to, you might come back home, home to me. Honey, baby, oh dear, if I could ever hold your little hand, ooh, it just might understand. Honey, baby, 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 baby,
Janis Joplin, she was unbelievable. One of the greatest rock and roll performers of all time.
You know, I knew her.
You did?
In 1967 at the Monterey Pop Festival, backstage, we were tipping a few, tipped a few.
Anything else you want to tell us?
It was the 60s. I don't have any memory.
That's right. The music revolution that swept America and the world in the 60s was launched from Sullivan's stage. And when Ed invited the Beatles on his show in 1964, no one had a clue it would change music history and become a great moment for our generation. It was such a highly rated moment. In fact, of all the television viewers, 82% of all the audience was watching that show.
You know something? During the commercial breaks in New York City, the water pressure dropped dramatically. Every time it just dropped.
Just really dropped. So what does that prove?
It proves the impact of the Beatles.
Power of the Beatles. Although Ed Sullivan is credited with introducing the Beatles to America, we recently heard an interesting version of the events from the great CBS anchorman, Walter Cronkite.
You know that the Beatles first appeared in America, it's in quotes, on the Sullivan Show. They didn't. They first appeared on the CBS Evening News, and we had a feature on these four kids, and it was done by a serious correspondent of ours in England. We had it on the Evening News. We had it around for weeks before we finally found a spot for it on a slow day, put it on the air. My gosh, we weren't off the air that Ed was on the phone to me. Hey, Cronkite, where do I get hold of these bugs or these, whatever they call them? What did you call them, the bugs or something? I said, the Beatles, they're called. And I had to think of myself, the Beatles. I think it's the Beatles, Ed. And he said, how do I find them? How do I find them?
Now, the Beatles, here they are.
When we return, Ed visits with Marlon Brando, James Cagney, and Humphrey Bogart.
When I was a kid, my father made me dig up all the dandelions, and I hate them. Ken made a promise to me I wouldn't have to pick dandelions when we had our own home. Ken puts on the Scott's Turf Builder Plus 2. The dandelions go away, and you never even see where they were because the grass grows in thick and green and rich. It takes a very short time to see the bright green come up in the grass. One easy application, no dandelions, gone. This lawn is our pride and joy, and we wouldn't trust it to anything but Scott's. I hate dandelions.
Introducing Real Milk Chocolate. Chewy caramel. And crunchy nuggets in a scrumptiously delicious new bar. Fortified with antioxidants, bone-building calcium, and essential proteins. The delicious, nutritious new Boost Bar. Get your recommended daily allowance of chocolate crunch.
You remember that?
Foul ball.
Yeah, you were 12, a hot dog in each hand. I reached up and snatched that ball right out of the sky.
But this time the hot dogs are on me.
I wish I could.
Oh, but Dad, you can. Take this Pepsid AC before you eat. Heartburn stops before it starts.
Before I eat?
Yeah.
You get us the hot dogs, and I'll get us another foul ball.
You can be heartburn free with Pepsid AC.
Where is everybody?
Earlier, the course that teaches gun skills to kids as young as 8. Tomorrow, the making of a new generation of gun consumers. Eye on America on the CBS Evening News.
When her son moved away, she tried not to worry.
I'm your mother. I'm gonna miss you.
But when she didn't hear from him,
He hasn't called us for weeks.
It isn't against the law for an adult to disappear.
she knew something was terribly wrong.
The police were no help at all. I need answers.
Patty Duke in a world premiere movie.
Where are you?
When he didn't come home. CBS Tuesday.
In the early days of television, studios thought they shouldn't put their movie stars on TV because they thought they were in direct competition. So how did Ed Sullivan get them on his show?
Maybe it was the clout of his newspaper column?
Could be.
You don't think he could intimidate people, do you? No. Nah, he wouldn't do that.
No.
I'm sure it was just the dynamic force of his personality.
That's it. And he'd do almost anything to get him on the show. And to get some big movie stars, Ed would actually go on location and chat with some of Hollywood's most famous stars, like Marlon Brando.
Let's drop it on Brando, the cat with the bongo beat. Marlon, you're really getting some tough sounds from the congas there, boy.
Well, I see by your words you're down on the scene yourself.
Well, Cat, I'm in there pitching all the time and very observant.
Well, crazy.
But now tell me, well, when did you get this, develop this wonderful affection for drums and drumming?
Well, I'll tell you, Ed, it's a funny thing. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been fascinated by rhythm. As a matter of fact, apropos of that, I can tell you a funny story. Sometimes when I come out here on the Super Chief, I'll be passing to the dining car or something, and I'll pass through the vestibule, and I'll stop to listen to the rails, and I'll just spend a minute there listening to this spadoodly-dits, spadoodly-dots, spadoodly-dits, spadoodly-doodly-doo-doo-doo, you know.
Tell them,
Hoagie stopped by the Sullivan Show on a couple occasions.
They do too, but a lot of people don't realize that you are a native New Yorker.
That's right.
And your dad was a
My dad was a doctor, yes. I was born in New York City, bed number 21, Sloan's Maternity Hospital. And I lived up on 103rd Street and West End Avenue.
What were some of the shows you did around here before you went to the coast?
Oh, Lord.
I remember Cradle Snatchers.
Well, let's see, Cradle Snatchers was one, and Saturday's Children, and It's a Wise Child, A Most Immoral Lady, Meet the Wife. I was very lucky, Ed. You know, I had 7 smash hits in a row. I was in them, rather. I didn't have very big parts.
But wasn't that Bob Sherwood's play Petrified Forest that,
that started me
typed you as a
going with this thing.
As a rough guy?
Yeah. Sent me out to the movies.
Jimmy Cagney, a buddy of Sullivan's, showed Ed the key to his success.
7 years on television, we've had mimics on our show from all over the world. No matter what country they come from, whether or not they can speak English, each one of them does an imitation of James Cagney. I've seen some of them. Well, it isn't hard. What isn't hard? It's the imitation. Well, I stand in the wings and watch them, and they go out there, and I almost see you again, and to me, it fractures me. It's very difficult.
I did it I did the particular thing in a picture called Angel with Dirty Faces, 1939. And it's kind of a jerk of the neck and a hitching of the trouser. You can do it in 30 seconds, that fast. I'll show you.
Show you. I'll bet you in 30 seconds you're going to lose yourself some money. I can't act at all.
The bet is on. You're an actor.
Okay.
Now, all you do is this. That's number 1.
Oh, wait a minute. This here.
Yeah.
That's right.
And your feet, so. And you jerk the neck, you see. And you say, look here, Sullivan, I'm telling you. No nonsense, no more nonsense out of you. You're going to smile whether you like it or not. I'm telling you, smile. Now. Smiled.
Despite his serious persona on stage, Ed loved the good life. He spent his evenings in restaurants and club hopping throughout Manhattan, often getting stories for his daily newspaper column, Little Old New York. He covered every aspect of the entertainment world, from Broadway to movies to nightclubs. Ed would often stay up until the wee hours of the morning, something he would later rely on when searching for talent for his Sunday night show.
Around this time, he met Sylvia Weinstein, the love of his life, and they were married in 1930 and had a daughter, Elizabeth. In the late 50s, Ed and Sylvia gave a very rare interview to popular New York columnist Hy Gardner.
One moment, please. Hy Gardner calling.
Hello, Eddie. This is Novelty Night. 2 Broadway columnists who speak to each other. Is Sylvia with you tonight?
Yeah, she's here looking very lovely and feeling very nervous.
Oh, that's impossible. Eddie, did you find when you started, or even now, that other newspapers are reluctant to publicize you personally because you are a rival newspaperman?
I don't think so. It might have been, a very few individual cases, but not so. I saw some of the kinescopes of our early shows, and if I'd been reviewing the kinescopes that I saw, I certainly would have teed off on myself, too.
Well, don't forget that at that time you were running against other shows, which I think you were so head and heels above that it's all a matter of time too. You were playing around with an infant.
It was scary in those days because they always told you to work into the camera. They said to work to the camera with the red light on it. And not being a performer, the thing just petrified me.
Was that one of the reasons you looked so grim all the time?
The Great Stone Face in 1948, and I've been defending my championship successfully ever since.
Who gave you the name Stone Face?
Merrill Panet over in Philadelphia.
And it really stuck, huh?
Uh-huh.
Ed, how did you ever get that phrase? I mean, even coming from the part of the country that you do, the word show was never pronounced shoe. Where'd you get the big shoe from?
I really don't know. They used to kid me when I went to school in Portchester.
Ed was always kidded for his unique style, like saying shoe instead of show. The man who first became famous for imitating Ed was comedian Will Jordan.
Gentlemen, here is the youngster who's created most uneasy moments of my life because of his imitation of me. Young Will Jordan.
In the 60s, the art of imitating Ed was taken to new heights by John Byner.
Are shown overseas and they're dubbed in. So we have a film here we'd like to show you. You might get a big kick of seeing our stars. I just like to say that this picture brings four great giants together, most big giants. John Wayne, who of course for so many years is Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy's a tall feller. And Marlon Brando, who we all know for his portrayal of a motorcycle on the waterfront.
Sullivan was a kind of a seminal figure in New York. Gossip columnist, yes, but then suddenly started doing the toast of the town. And everybody in the world wanted to be on the broadcast or in the audience because he would suddenly turn around and say,
Out in the audience, there are a couple of people I'd like you to meet. Desi and Lucy. Don Bud. Gregory Peck. Gene Tunney and Jack Dempsey. Jimmy Schnozzle Durante. And Margaret. Great star of the Boston Red Sox, Ted Williams. Anthony Quinn. Incredible Johnny Weissmuller. Famous American composer Richard Rodgers. John Huston, with his daughter Angelica. Angelica, you're a very pretty girl. Don Drysdale. One of Italy's greatest movie directors. Roberto Rossellini. Carol Channing. I gotta borrow that hat from you.
Ladies and gentlemen, out in our audience, you know, there are very few things that Europe and America ever agree upon, but we agreed on one thing. The greatest dancer the world ever has produced is Fred Astaire, and I'd like you to meet him in our audience. Fred Astaire. Remember a picture you made with Ginger Rogers? I'll tell you what you did in it. The picture in which you hit a golf ball while you were dancing. Oh, yeah, you sure have a good memory, Ed.
I remember that very well.
That's quite a while ago.
And you know, the thing that I was associating with it, the golf season is about to start all over the country, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what people need to relax in golf, you've often told me that out at Bel Air. So I thought if you'd do the dance step and show them how to hit a ball, it'd help out all the golfers in the country.
Wait a minute. Are you kidding?
No, I'm very, very sincere.
Well, I'm not prepared, Ed. I don't understand.
You did a dance step, you swung and you hit the golf ball.
Yeah, I know.
Now, stand wait here just a moment.
Oh, no, Ed.
Don't go away.
Oh, no. What
I just happened to have brought along a golf ball.
My man, you really, what do I have to do? You mean that little,
Just a little thing. If I were out on the coast, I'd do anything for you. Now,
well,
do it.
All right. Let's see now. I haven't done this thing for a while. Now, let's see. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see if I can get it now.
We'll be right back with amazing things you don't see on television anymore.
McDonald's is going wild over the opening of Disney's Animal Kingdom, Disney's most adventurous theme park ever.
This is wild.
And when you supersize any extra value meal, like our bold, tangy McRib, you'll go wild too. Because now you can get one of 4 fiercely collectible cups free and a chance to win a wild vacation to Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park from McDonald's. Where can you go this wild?
Did somebody say McDonald's?
The buck stops with you when you're the owner.
We asked some of today's hottest executives to switch antiperspirants.
Degree Ultra Dry.
When your body heat rises, Degree's new form releases extra protection.
It went on really smooth.
Kept me drier than my gel.
New Degree Ultra Dry.
Smile, you got French's. Smile, you got French's. Smile, you got fun. Smile, you got fun.
Nothing spreads more smiles than French's Classic Yellow, Hearty Deli, Mild Dijon, and new Honey Mustard.
Smile, you got French's.
A really big show. Ed Sullivan's 50th will continue in a moment.
Tonight on The Late Show, what's Matthew Perry up to?
You want a hug?
No, I don't want a hug. Then Matthew Broderick, the action figure.
Your missiles are a little, they don't seem to launch. I'm sure there's a joke in there. Yeah, it's happened to all of us.
Yeah. Plus, perfect Yankee David Wells.
You get the key to the city. I told him that's not a good idea.
Tonight on Dave.
On the thrilling season finale of Jag, Harm goes to Russia to find his POW father.
It would blow the roof off of Washington and Moscow. Father escaped.
Jag, CBS Tuesday.
I was are made for rolling, mules are made to pack.
Now, for limited time, get a 98 Rodeo for $199 per month for 48 months with 1418 due at lease signing. Or receive $1,000 cash back with purchase during the Isuzu Go Farther Getaway event. Offer ends May 31st.
Wednesday, nursing homes that do the unspeakable. Joe Bergantino uncovers shocking stories of deadly negligence and the government agency failing to prevent it. Don't miss this I-Team exclusive investigation on what can happen in the care of strangers. Wednesday at 11 on News 4 New England.
Right. You know, I've always said time is money, and money is time. That's why I'm here at Speedy. I know exactly what I'm paying for. I don't have to wait around wasting a lot of time for my job to get done. And I'm out of here with a guarantee, with no little holes in it. Hey, it's my money.
Mr. Hill?
Yeah?
Your mom's car is ready.
Okay.
Brake problems? Get 50% off brake pads and shoes right now at Speedy Auto Service, backed by our famous guarantee.
Because I am a somebody. Back me up here, guy. Come on.
Hello, John. This is Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin, this is John. The reason...
Let's face it, you're not always clear on a cellular phone.
My daughter and your daughter and I...
But now there's Sprint PCS, the only nationwide all-digital network for a new level of clarity.
I want to marry your daughter.
Sprint PCS.
555-0681.
The clear alternative to cellular.
Is CBS. Welcome home.
Television in its early days was on a learning curve. No one knew what really worked until it was tried and tested. Ed Sullivan realized the variety format was open to all sorts of possibilities.
After all, it was vaudeville brought to television. You know, I love the plate spinners, the puppets, the ventriloquists, the unicycles. Things you don't see on television anymore.
That's right. Now, here's a classic example.
What was the name of that guy that did this, talk with this, that one?
The Sen?
Yeah.
Senor Wences.
That's it. I love that.
Here's a few.
What did you like?
I liked it all. Here's a few classic novelty acts, starting with a British woman named Joan Rhodes.
On top of that, when I got here, I think I picked up a virus.
Everybody in America gets the virus. You're not.
Do they?
Yeah, I guarantee everybody out here says some member of the family is suffering with virus, but they've discovered a wonderful new cure for it.
Really? What is it?
Iron. These iron injection. Art Hannes, could I have that medicinal iron? Thank you. Now this here, if you just take a little iron, it'll straighten it right out for you.
Really?
Huh?
Oh, I'll try it.
Huh?
How's that?
Well, you come back later, you feel fine. That iron will actually do the trick for you. All of those people run into the virus. That is England's strongest woman. So don't fuss around with me tonight because she's on my side.
You know, there's 250,000 words in our English language.
This amazing character, Professor Backwards, was a household name in his day.
Tonight, I want you nice people to call some of those words. And I'll try to spell them backwards, pronounce them backwards, tell you the number of letters in it, put them on the board backwards, but no proper name. So no proper name, let's get a word to start off. What's the word?
Incomparability.
What? Incomprehensibility. This act's over. Darn tourist. That is 19 letters. Y-T-I-L-I-B-I-S-N-E-H-E-R-P-M-O-C-N-I. You pronounce it backwards. You're tilupis, Mockney. That's Yuddy-Lib. Y-T-I, Yuddy-Lib. L-I-B-Lib. Is-I-S-S. Nay, N-E-H, nay. E-R-P, Mock, M-O-C, and nay is in our incomprehensibility, right?
This act, Les Double Face, showed what two imaginative people can do if you have talent and a good umbrella.
a moment, James Brown, the Supremes, and the Jackson 5.
It's colossal. It's earth-shaking.
It's Sprint's Summer Movie Spectacular. Switch to Sprint and score up to 8 free tickets to smash movies like Godzilla or other hot new movies every month all summer long. Whoa! Those are some special effects!
Switch to Sprint and get up to 8 free tickets to your choice of this summer's hottest hits. Call 1-800-PIN-DROP now.
My dentist told me about this new gum.
It's in the toothpaste aisle.
This gum cleans, whitens, freshens.
Toothpaste aisle.
Toothpaste aisle.
New Arm & Hammer Dental Care Gum with baking soda reduces unsightly plaque up to 25%. Dental Care Gum.
Toothpaste aisle. I'm a two-fisted mama. You better watch out for me. I'm gonna rock your boogie-woogie. I'm gonna shake your key.
Introducing Body Refreshers, new from Crystal Light. You never had refreshment like this before. 3 rockin' flavors, 10 vitamins and minerals in every glass.
I'm a two-fisted mama.
Body Refreshers, 10 vitamins and minerals, 2-fisted taste. New from Crystal Light.
This is my morning commute.
This is my idea of personal growth.
This is how we make a big splash.
And there's just one place to find it all.
Pier 1.
Pier 1.
Pier 1.
Pier 1 Imports. Make it your favorite store.
Due to popular demand, we've extended the Nissan Pre-Memorial Day event to Memorial Day and beyond, which means we've extended our incredible 1.9% APR financing on the quality and craftsmanship of the new Nissan Altima 1.9. Get down to your Nissan retailer now and spend Memorial Day and beyond somewhere really fun. In the new Altima, you can still get with 1.9% APR. The extended Nissan Pre-Memorial Day event at your Nissan retailer, only through June 1st.
I'm on an all-night flight when suddenly, terrible heartburn. The guy in the next seat says, "Here, try this, Zantac 75. Thanks, I say. I really ought to talk to a doctor about what to try. He says, you just did.
The medicine in Zantac 75 is the #1 doctor-prescribed acid reducer. It relieves even your toughest heartburn, controlling acid for up to 12 hours.
Thanks, doctor, wherever you are.
Zantac 75, the final word in heartburn relief.
For the first time since Sonny's tragic death, Cher talks about their life together.
I saw him and I thought, I'm never going to be the same.
An exclusive CBS special, Sonny and Me, Cher remembers. Then, for 50 years, they've come into our homes. They made us laugh and cry.
I treasure you people.
Some of the biggest stars of all time have called CBS home. See their greatest moments in a once-in-a-lifetime special. CBS The First 50 Years Following Sonny and Me, Wednesday.
Introducing the most luxuriously appointed Acura ever made, the RL Special Edition. With distinctive features like heated, leather-trimmed seats, a 6-disc CD changer, diamond-cut alloy wheels, and accented body panels. However, by design, it is available only for a limited time. The RL Special Edition from Acura, the true definition of luxury, yours.
There is a prison from which it is all but impossible to escape. Because every day that we choose to consume instead of save, we let something slip away. Investing is not just about stocks or bonds or annuities. It's about freedom.
A shocking story of deadly negligence, Wednesday.
One of the things I love best about The Sullivan Show was the fact that every Sunday Ed featured great music. I enjoyed rock and roll, the folk music, and the Broadway stuff.
But to be honest, I really loved the soul music. Here are some of our favorite Motown and soul performances, starting with the godfather of soul, Mr. James Brown.
Hello, from night to night, you'll find me too weak to break the chain. Bind me. I need no shadow to remind me I'm just a prisoner. Don't let me be a prisoner. Oh, she has another, and I can't have another, for I'm not free. She's in my arms, and I'm sleeping. I find my knees crying, creeping. My very life, my life isn't a keeping. I'm just a prisoner. Don't let me be a prisoner. You made me a prisoner. Was never loved. Was never loved.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the delightful Copacabana headliners, the Supremes. So let's hear it for them.
The Supremes were Sullivan regulars, appearing a total of 15 times.
My world is empty without you, babe. My world is empty without you, babe. And as I go my way alone, I need you, babe. I find it hard for me to carry on, babe. I need your strength, I need your tender touch, babe. I need the love, my dear, I miss so much, babe. My world is empty without you, babe. My world is empty without you, babe. From this whole world, I try to hide my face, but from this loneliness, there's no hiding place. Inside this cold and empty house I dwell, in darkness with memories I know so well. The way I do smooth the line, yeah, things you never do before. I'm for you, except to see. The white you blush to make for night. I'm gonna teach you all about love, yeah. Sit yourself down, take a seat. Well, all you gotta do is repeat after me. ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. All simple like do, re, mi. ABC, 1, 2, 3, baby, you are a girl. ABC is easy, like counting back to beat. Sing a simple melody, ABC, that's how easy love can be. I was gonna teach you how to sing it out, sing it out, sing it out, baby. ABC is easy, like counting back to beat. Sing a simple melody, ABC, that's how easy love can be. ABC, girl.
A really big show. Ed Sullivan's 50th will continue in a moment.
Tonight on News 4, food supplement claims. What should you believe? Watch tonight and we'll sort out food fact from food fiction. News 4 is next.
What's fresh at Boston Market today? How about our succulent rotisserie chicken? Perfect for an individual meal. We're whipping up a fresh batch of our famous mashed potatoes made from scratch. We're carving tender slices of ham for some family meals. And we're piling on our famous chicken on the chicken carver sandwich. So come in today and get one of our delicious meals starting at just $4.49. And we guarantee 100% satisfaction or your meal's on us. Only at Boston Market.
Let me help you. I'll do it. I can do it.
Arthritis has claimed these hands. But take comfort. In the medicine arthritis experts recommend first, Tylenol. Tylenol is simply the most trusted combination of strength and safety in arthritis pain relief today. Tylenol. Take comfort in our strength.
Good night.
We hope you've enjoyed sharing all this great talent with us. Thanks for being part of Ed Sullivan's 50th anniversary.
And Ed, wherever you are, thanks for giving us such a wonderful and timeless Really big shoe. Good night, everyone.
Stick around for late night fun with Dave and his guests. It's all coming up on The Late Show with David Letterman. But first, stay tuned for the latest local news.
Next on News 4 New England.
I'm Liz Walker. Warm weather fun turns deadly. Tonight, new information on a teen's drowning in Framingham.